You're sitting in the dealership parking lot staring at the window sticker on a basic Honda Accord. Not the luxury trim, not the sports package, just the standard model that looks like every other sedan on the highway. The price reads $32,000. You do the mental math on what you make per year, and something doesn't add up. This is supposed to be the sensible choice, the responsible adult car, and yet the monthly payment they're quoting you is more than your rent was in college. And you look around the lot and wonder who exactly is buying all these vehicles, because it sure doesn't feel like you're one of the people who can actually afford them. My name is Nick, and we're about to do something car dealerships absolutely hate. We're going to calculate who can legitimately afford a new car in 2026, not who can technically get approved for the loan, not who can squeeze the payment into their budget if they stop eating lunch, who can actually buy a car without turning their financial life into a slow-motion disaster. Because there's an enormous gap between qualifying for an auto loan and being able to afford the vehicle without regretting it every single month for the next 6 years. Let's start with the uncomfortable baseline. The average new car price in America right now is hovering around $48,000. That's not a luxury vehicle. That's the average. A basic pickup truck is $50,000. A midsize SUV that every suburban family apparently needs is $45,000. Even the cheapest new cars on the market, the ones that feel like punishment to drive, start at $25,000 before you add a single option. Meanwhile, the median household income in the United States is roughly $75,000. We're asking people to spend between half and 2/3 of their annual gross income on a depreciating asset that loses value the second it leaves the lot. If that ratio sounds completely insane to you, congratulations. You're paying attention. But everyone keeps telling you it's normal. The finance manager says you're approved. Your parents bought new cars their whole lives. Every commercial during football season shows regular people driving brand new vehicles like it's no big deal. So, what's the problem? The problem is that everyone is lying to you about what affordable actually means. The old rule of thumb was that you shouldn't spend more than 20% of your gross monthly income on all vehicle expenses combined. That includes your payment, insurance, gas, and maintenance. Let's run that calculation. If you're making $75,000 a year, that's $6,250 per month gross. 20% of that is $1,250. That's your total monthly vehicle budget for everything. Now, let's see what actually happens when you buy that $48,000 average new car. Most people put down between 0 and 10% these days, because nobody has $5,000 just sitting around. Let's be generous and say you scrape together $3,000 for a down payment. You're financing $45,000. Current auto loan rates for decent credit are sitting somewhere between 7% and 9%. Let's split the difference and use 8% on a 6-year loan, which is now the average loan term because that's the only way to make the payments look manageable. Your monthly payment is going to be around $789. That's just principal and interest. That number doesn't include a single other thing you need to actually drive the car. Let's add insurance. If you're financing a new vehicle, the bank requires comprehensive and collision coverage. Depending on where you live and your driving record, you're looking at anywhere from $150 to $300 per month. We'll use $200 to be conservative. Then there's gas. The average American drives about 13,000 meters per year. If your car gets 30 miles per gallon, which is optimistic, and gas costs $3.50 per gallon, you're spending roughly $1,500 a year on fuel, which works out to $125 per month. Then there's maintenance. New cars need less maintenance than used cars, but they still need oil changes, tire rotations, and eventually new tires, brakes, and batteries. Budget about $100 per month to be safe. Some months it's 0, Other months, it's $800 for a new set of tires. So, it averages out. Now, let's add this up. Car payment, $789. Insurance, $200. Gas, $125. Maintenance, $100. Your total monthly car cost is $1,214. Remember that 20% guideline. You're already at $1,214 out of your $1,250 budget. And we haven't even talked about registration fees, parking costs, or the fact that you might occasionally need to replace something that breaks. But here's where it gets really fun. That 20% rule assumes you have zero other debt. No student loans, no credit cards, nothing. In reality, the average American has about $6,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest, which costs them around $200 per month just to tread water. Many have student loans, adding another $200 to $400 per month. Suddenly, that car payment isn't happening in isolation. It's competing with every other financial obligation in your life. So, let's reverse engineer this properly. If you're spending